Hello and welcome to a new video of Sports Originals. Today I want to talk to you about some movement patterns in the back of the court and also some tips to help you dig the ball out in the back of the court. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing what I think is important in the back of the court, getting the ball out of the back corners, is creating distance towards the ball, and this already starts when you start from the tee. So what I see with a lot of players is when they get away from the tee or get off the tee is that they chase the ball into the corner, and what I'm looking for here is to keep the overview of the whole court. So instead of chasing the ball with my left foot on this side, I stay open, and this is for me a key point here, either stepping in for my three-quarter shot or crossing over and taking this stance. I call it the parallel stance, but it's not quite parallel. This would be parallel. I'm a little bit more rotated, so it's easier for me to get this rotation in and then dig the ball out. So key element, going with the ball, not chasing the ball. So first step, important, shuffle. Whether you do this or this, doesn't really matter, I think. And then secondly is on this point, this is a key point, either going in after the ball or going with the ball. I see it as a sort of a tram track, so the line of the ball and the line I take to the back. I'm not making an intersection, so I'm not going line of the ball and me. I'm staying here as a tram track, probably like a racket distance. So shuffle and in. And also I use my right foot a lot, so shuffle and then go in with my right foot. Personally, I'm not a big fan of using my left foot here, just because I have a bad hip, and it feels for me it's more awkward getting out of this corner here. I don't know why, maybe it's a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with it, just personal. Same rules apply for the backhand side really. So the key element here is using the shuffle, keeping the overview, make a decision with what footwork you're going to use in the back. Either you're going to do I call it the parallel stance here, or maybe chase it with your right foot. On the backhand side I do use this closed stance, just because my shoulder now is in front, makes it a bit more easy for my hip. Not using my left foot a lot here, sometimes when I need it, when the pace goes a little bit quicker in this area, but not so much from the left foot in the back corner. So I use 3 set movements. They all start the same, the shuffle, and then either cross over, stand, or I use the shaba, which I sort of saw Amir Shabana do a lot. Is what he did was using one step, crossing, and the key element here is the back foot is diagonally towards the back wall. Most of the times people put it here, but this way, when the ball comes back quite far from the back wall, it's quite easy to step back to the tee. It's a momentum shot. So easy shot, bam, and gone. So that's the shaba. And then the one is the closed stance, which is quite common to use in the back of the court. So shuffle, big left, and then in and out. So going into the corner, using distance, going with the ball, keeping the overview, not chasing the ball. Once you're in the back of the court, the next big thing which I think is important and which I see a lot of players struggle with is the back wall. Still using a full swing in the back of the court. And what to do here is what I see a lot is people going up here, getting down and sort of scooping the ball out of the back corner, which is not allowed. because most of the time what happens then is you touch the ball twice on the racket before, well, not even hitting it. It's like I said, it's more like a scoop. So it's a double racket, they call it, or even more, roll it off the racket. You can only bounce it off the racket once. So important here is to create a big swing, and what to do here to create that is quite simple, is your rotation. So as you can see, no rotation and the racket gets stuck in the back wall, and once I turn my shoulders and my hip, you see my racket will follow, and I already create space here, and now it's a matter of skipping the stone. So with my swing, which is a regular swing, my elbow drops in and you see the drop down here, and now I can make a full swing, and I'm not even close, as you can see, towards the back wall, although I'm standing quite close. So from this area, turning in, full swing, turning in, full swing. And the lower the ball gets, the lower I bend with my knees. So instead of going in like this and getting down, the lower the ball gets, the lower I get towards the ball, to make it easier for me to create power in my shot. But the big thing here is the rotation with the chest towards the back wall or your back towards the front wall. It's the same, but sometimes different words can resonate with people. So rotation in, racket is away from the back wall, and then dropping the elbow down. Same thing on the backhand side really. So getting into the corner, like I said, using the crossover, step in, whether you step or hop, doesn't really matter. At this point, key element, rotation. So rotating from the hip and also the shoulders, as you can see. So my chest is towards the back wall, which creates space for my racket to move in here. And then the drop down is key. So from here, you rotate and then dropping the racket down to get around the ball, to get it towards the front wall. The drop down, why is this so important? What I sort of visualize here is, when I explain it to people, is when you play baseball and you want to hit a home run, you want to hit it out of the park. As you can already see, what I'm doing here is I need to get the ball up in the air. With this drop down, and this is what I call the drop down, what I create here is somewhere my racket will go from down to up, to getting the ball up on the front wall, instead of going from here directly towards the ball. This creates a lot of slice, yes, but it needs a lot of manipulation with the hand to get the ball to the front wall. So the steeper you get, the more probably you need to flex or use the wrist or hand to get the ball to the front wall. The more you get around the ball, the easier it is to create power, but also more swing behind the ball. So it's a natural way of generating power in your shot. Important though, when you do this, and this is again on both sides, so whether it's a forehand dropping it down, or whether it's a backhand here dropping it down, the follow through you need to direct. So naturally, when you drop down, go down like this, and then you want to swing, what will happen naturally is that the racket will go this way. And obviously, or in this case, I would like to hit it straight. So it's important when you're at this point is that you extend forward and don't rotate with the ball. Also, this shoulder obviously is key there. The more you open up, the easier this shoulder gets here, and the easier the ball will go cross court. So for the cross court, this is perfect. For a straight drive, it's important to extend your follow through straight. Same on the back end. So using the drop down, it will be important for you to extend your follow through straight, avoiding getting the ball cross court or to the middle of the court. Next thing, what I think is very important now, is your balance. So once you get your right position, you already rotate in. Key element here now is your point of balance. what I see a lot with players, either they're hanging over too much, or they're leaning back too much, or there's no flex in the knees at all, so it's just hands. The point of balance, which I've mentioned before, for me very important, the fundamental, is from the navel down. So I would suggest spend time just using your footwork, getting in this position, and then feeling where you urge to. Am I a player that wants to get on my back leg, because now I'm here, or am I a player that wants to lean on my front leg more? And can I manipulate this by getting my balance in the middle, in the center of my body, from the navel down to this point, so I can have an easy swing. It's just a matter of getting in this corner and really swing freely and see if you can keep your balance. Very important to create power in your shot. The more you lean back, the higher the ball will get, and the loss of power out of your upper body or out of your legs. So the balance is a key element in digging the ball out or hitting the ball from the back corner. So to sum it up, what I think is important, the three things are getting a set movement towards the back of the court, creating that overview with your first step, not chasing the ball, but going with the ball, where this is a key point, not going into the service box area, but staying, using the width of the service box as a guideline. Second thing, rotating in the back court. So using the rotation to create space for your swing. And then the third thing is the point of balance. Making sure you're on balance to have a full swing without falling over. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Leave your comments and questions down below. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe so you can help me keep building this channel. And I see you in the next one.